Now it's working.
Coffee. Coffee. With Tim Black. Yes, I am. Coffee. Coffee. With Tim Black.
All right. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the Coffee with Tim Black show. Thank you for being here. My people on Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you're having a good day. Today's show, we're going to talk about Trump in the Deutsche Bank, Oprah's myth, or is it a myth? Her power and wealth, that is. Al Franken, and is he about to resign? And a climatic Atlanta Mayoral race. Mayoral race. Mayor's race. But first, fires in Southern California raged through, causing historic amounts of damage. It triggered mass destruction, hurting families and the economy. Thousands of people in Southern California were forced to evacuate on Tuesday as wind-whipped wildfires continued to blaze across Ventura County. Listen to that alliteration. Wind-whipped wildfires. Officials said the so-called Thomas Fire, which started Monday about 60 miles northwest of downtown Los Angeles, has caused 27,000 people to be evacuated. It destroyed at least 150 structures and has scorched roughly 65,000 acres of land so far. At least 12,000 additional structures are threatened by the wildfires. The cause of the fires is currently unknown. No fatalities have been reported. Ventura County Fire Chief Mark Lorenzen said Tuesday one unnamed firefighter was reportedly injured and 3 others were burned. Wow. President Trump tweeted about the wildfires on Wednesday, writing, "Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone in the path of California's wildfires. I encourage everyone to heed the advice and orders of local and state officials. Thank you to all first responders for your incredible work." All right. Okay. It was a rare presidential type tweet from Donald Trump. In light of the Thomas fires, which you need to know about California wildfires, roughly 95% of wildfires are caused by humans. And, wow, a simple task like mowing the lawn, throwing a cigarette butt out of a window, or parking a car on dry grass can spark a fire. So I hope that's not the cause of it. Like I stated earlier, they're not exactly sure what caused it. But our thoughts are with the people out there in Southern California, and hopefully you're safe. And you can always replace stuff. I know it doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot when you're looking at everything you own go up in flames, but yeah. So, I feel you. The White House is responding to allegations or reports that the Deutsche Bank will be investigated to look into money trails of Donald J. Trump. And the White House is knocking down the allegations. Listen. Now, I know a lot of people have reported on this, and some of them were very giddy. Like, yay, Trump is being investigated. Yay. I'm like, okay. Yay, they're going to get him. They're going to go after the money. Yay. And, like, before I even read this, I would like to add one thing. I'm not excited about Pence, so even if you're right, there's nothing to clap about. Yay, Pence is president. Yay. Get in the FEMA camp. Or, yay, Prince is president. Yay. Now he'll do mostly the same things that Trump did, but you won't know about it because he's an establishment hack. Doesn't work for me. Anyway, back to this. The White House has refuted reports that Special Counsel Robert Mueller ordered Germany's Deutsche Bank to surrender President Trump's banking records. So they dispute it. They say it's not going on. The news rocked Washington on Tuesday as speculation ran rampant that Mr. Mueller's probe in the Russian election meddling was now directly focused on Mr. Trump. They called him Mr. Trump. This is who wrote this. This is the Washington Times called him Mr. Trump. Not even President Trump. Maybe they're getting used to the idea already. The establishment does not like Donald Trump, I'm trying to tell you. And specifically, his long and complicated history as a real estate developer. But Mr. Trump's attorney, Jay Sekulow, refuted Tuesday's report by the German business newspaper Handelsblatt, which detailed how Mr. Trump's largest lender had received a subpoena several weeks ago from Mr. Mueller. Or Mueller. It was Mueller, right? I get that wrong. Mueller, right? Anyway, so the newspaper said it wasn't clear whether the account data sought was Trump's or his associates. So, all right now. All right. Don't want any trouble. I'm talking about wildfires, and I end up in one. There's nothing on up there, is there? You guys, you want to hold tight while I go make sure there's no wildfire? Because I'm here alone. If anything happens to me, be right back. All right. It seems like a false alarm. One can never be too sure. Kind of strange. Okay. So where were we? Let's see. Oh, yeah, so it's about Mueller. Okay, so they're saying that the idea that they say, yes, the Deutsche Bank received a subpoena, but they're not saying who it was for. So, yeah. Let me see where I can, let me catch back up. Okay. Trump's attorney, Jay Sekulow, refuted Tuesday's report that the German business newspaper Handelsblatt, which detailed how Mr. Trump's largest lender had received a subpoena several weeks ago. But from Mr. Mueller, though the newspaper said it wasn't clear whether the account data sought was about Mr. Trump or his associates. So let me get this right. You're saying that Trump's lender, received a request, a subpoena to look at records, right? But you're saying you're not sure it's Trump's or his associates, but are his associates using the same bank as Trump? Because it doesn't make sense unless that's what you're saying, right? You know, because if you're using some other institution, why are they asking for records from Deutsche Bank unless does Michael Flynn bank with Trump? Or are they looking to see if Trump paid an associate? Or this gets very tangled. Very tangled. Look, hey, I don't know. What did Sarah Huckabee Sanders have to say? Because I know they asked her a question about it. She brushed aside both stories as completely false. Well, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean a word. She brushes everything off. Hey, Sarah, it's raining outside. And you can look out and see that it's raining. And if she's instructed to say that it's not raining, she'll say, no, it's not. Completely false, completely fabricated. Not true at all. There's no this wet stuff that's falling on me. This is something else. Next question. So I don't know what that is. Okay. Next story. You know, a lot of people have this thing in their head that Oprah Winfrey is such a very accomplished woman, and she is a very accomplished woman. Hell, she's a very accomplished human being. Okay? Human. African-American woman who's been doing it and doing it well for a couple of decades now. But recently something happened in Oprah's financial world that has people questioning whether, let's just say, how successful she is. What's really going on. Now, this is the reason why I'm covering this story is not because I want to get into the Entertainment Tonight arena, because I like pop culture, but this is a little, it's because a lot of my viewers, they have this idea that everything, like there are a lot of these super mega successful black folks in business that are doing such amazing things. And I think it's important to highlight the fact that, that ain't necessarily true. All right? So a lot of the imagery that we see, right, it paints a certain picture. And I don't think I think we need to be more accurate. So anyway, Oprah sells majority control of OWN in multi-million-dollar deal. Multi-million-dollar deal. Now, Yvette Carnell and Antonio and Tone Talks, they covered this, right? They covered this story. And so you could go watch their videos on it. But I'm going to give you what's going on now. So Oprah Winfrey has sold the majority control of the OWN network back to Discovery Channel. The sale was made to Discovery Communications for $70 million, meaning the company now has 75% of the network. I'd say that's pretty significant. 75%, you give up 75% of the thing that is yours. She owns some of it, but not a lot of it. Previously, Oprah and Discovery had run the network with a joint 50-50 ownership. While this means Discovery has the majority control, Oprah will still remain on as the chief executive of the network. Okay, so now here goes a statement from Oprah. She says, creating OWN and seeing it flourish, supported by Discovery and a rapidly growing group of the finest storytellers in film and television, is one of my proudest achievements. Now, I want, to emphasize how it's nice to put someone in the front and make them look like they're running the show in order to give this image off. But in reality, what this is kind of showing me is that that may not so be the case, and maybe it's sort of like smoke and mirrors to make the people who view the network think that she's actually in the driver's seat. Oprah's not in the driver's seat. Not anymore. And to sell that amount, that's kind of a big deal. When we talk about finances, when we talk about, what black people control, who would have thought Oprah had to sell a large stake in their company? Just horrible. Horrible. There's something behind it. Stop using Oprah. Well, you could do it. Oprah did it. She couldn't keep it, though. She couldn't. Okay. Atlanta mayoral race. Let's talk about this race because this race is sort of a big deal. I reported on it yesterday if you watched Coffee with Tim Black yesterday. And what I noticed is it was very racially polarizing. And I'm not saying that the candidates wanted to make it racially polarizing, but that's what happens when you put black and white. Sometimes it's America, man. You can't run away from it, and it bubbles to the top whether you want it to be the focal point or not. On Tuesday night, Atlanta elected Keisha Lance Bottoms as its new mayor, but her opponent, Mary Norwood, wants a recount. Now, the race was close and only minutes into Wednesday morning. At the same time Bottoms was celebrating her win, Norwood was calling for a closer look at the results. However, April Majors, a spokesperson for Fulton County, noted that the results first have to be certified before they can issue a recount. So they have to first officially say that Bottoms has won before they get to the bottom of the numbers. When calling for a vote recount, Norwood cited an unofficial count and said that she was waiting for the vote count to be updated later in the week. It's not over yet, said Norwood. This isn't the first time Norwood has done this. In 2009, Norwood barely lost a mayoral race to Mayor Kasim Reed, who was leaving office, and he's leaving office. It was a slim victory for Reed, one that was confirmed by a recount requested by Norwood. Bottoms and Norwood had around 26% and 21% respectively in the vote in the general election on November 6th because neither of them had the majority of the vote. Under Atlanta rules, the two top candidates then entered a runoff election, running a much tighter and more heated race in the general election, which saw a candidate field of 11 candidates. So, I don't know, it came down to these two ladies duking it out. As I stated before, Bottoms, I know that she is a local. She grew up locally, I think, in Atlanta. She went to school at a nearby HBCU, historically black college and university. She has ties to the community. Norwood, she's an independent. Maybe she's from the same area. I know less about Norwood, other than she did, compete for the position, did run for the position back in 2009. And whatever's best for Atlanta. It sounds like Atlanta spoke, but whatever's best for Atlanta. I don't line up on the side of Democrats because I'm black and I go, ooh, Democrats. But I also don't line up on another side to go, ooh, I want to be different. I want the best candidate. The best candidate is based on that individual. And I hope that that Atlanta folks get what they want or got what they want. I do like Killer Mike's politics, and Killer Mike said that he endorsed Ms. Bottoms, it sounded like, and I trust that he wants the best, and I think he would call her out if she was a charlatan type of candidate. But I just thought I'd report on it. I really don't know. I really don't know who's better. I don't. Last story. You guys ready? Now, before I get to this last story about Al Franken, just know that this show is brought to you by Tim Black at TimBlackTV.com. It's not funded by the DNC. It's not funded by the GOP, RT, TYT, or any other organization. It's funded by viewers like you. So I hope if you enjoy this content that you'll consider becoming a subscriber to the content. Also, I will be in Salt Lake City, Utah, with Lee Camp and Chris Mohan killing it. So go to Redacted Tickets. I don't know the name of that. Go to leecamp.net, and from there, it'll take you to a place where you can pick up tickets. They're not going to be that expensive. They're pretty cheap. Democratic woman senators call on Al Franken to resign amid sexual misconduct allegations. Yeah, that bus is showing up on time, ain't it? Yeah, that's what they want. There's a little clip. There's a little clip I'd like to share with you. And this is Kirsten Gillibrand laying down the smack.
Now, that's my views in a detailed op-ed, expressed my views in a detailed op-ed that you can now have access to. I do not feel that he should continue to serve. Everyone will make their own judgment. I hope they do make their own judgment.
You might want to stay there, Kirsten. I think probably.
Don't you have your question?
Well, probably most questions are going to be for you, I'm guessing.
Some of your colleagues are defending him, though, and saying that, hey, this is why this committee exists. Let them give him a little due process. Take that.
Senator Franken is entitled to the Senate ethics investigation process, but I don't think Congress is equipped. I don't think they have the tools to do the kind of accountability that the American people are searching for. And as a mom who has to explain this to my children, as somebody who has to set an example for what this country should be tolerating and not be tolerating, it's not equipped to do that. And so, yes, of course, he is entitled to that process. But I think it would be better for the country for him to offer that clear message that he values women, that we value women, and that this kind of behavior is not acceptable.
All right. You heard it there, Kirsten Gillibrand. More than a half dozen Democratic women senators on Wednesday called on their embattled colleague, Senator Al Franken, to resign his position after multiple women have come forward alleging that the Minnesota lawmaker harassed them or engaged in sexual misconduct. The names of those women senators are Kirsten Gillibrand of New York, Claire McCaskill, Missouri, Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire, Mazie Hirono of Hawaii, Kamala Harris of California, Patty Murray of Washington, and Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin. All put out statements within minutes of each other saying it was time for Franken to go. The calls came today, the day after, as you know, Representative John Conyers resigned his position. We covered that on this show just yesterday, and I think it's that time. While Senator Franken is entitled to have the Ethics Committee conclude its review, I believe it would be better for the country if he sent a clear message that any kind of mistreatment of women in our society isn't acceptable, but stepping aside. Enough is enough, she wrote. The women who have come forward are brave, and I believe them. Moments later, Claire McCaskill tweeted Al Franken should resign. Well, Hassan said, it is clear that Al Franken is engaged in a pattern of egregious and unacceptable behavior. Harris tweeted, sexual harassment and misconduct should not be allowed by anyone and should not occur anywhere. Adding, I believe the best thing for Senator Franken to do is to step down. Well. You know, I will give my thoughts on this. Al Franken admitted that he done something. I forget what it was. There's been so many allegations swirling. You know, it's just they kind of all start to flow together a little bit. So based on the fact that he did say, yeah, I did some, what was it, the hands over, the squeezing, the something, right? And stuck the tongue down a woman's throat or, you know, it's look, if you get accused of something and you say you didn't do it, I think the investigation needs to play out. But if you've been accused of stuff and you kind of get wishy-washy, like, hey, I can't remember and I don't really know, well, that's not going to give anybody a firm ground to stand on and say you need to stick it out. Let's fight on. You should kind of know what you've done. Like, you should know, like, what's against your character, what's not against your character. The I don't know and I'm kind of foggy. The Ronald Reagan, I don't recall, that doesn't work in public life, I don't think. And, yeah, that's what I believe. So, yeah, I think that maybe it's the best thing to do, given the fact that he did concede that he did some things and he hasn't outright denied it. Then that means, well, yeah, then who's going to feel strongly about that? That's what I think about it. Let me know what you think about it. Comment in the comment section below. Do you think he should get due process? At least deny it strongly and say, I did not do it, if that's what you want us to believe. But if you've been, like, conducting yourself this way, I guess you can't do that. That's what I believe. Anyway, I look forward to your comments. One-liners. This is the one-liner segment where I just give you quick things that are going on. The DREAM Act now. 34 Republicans, House Republicans, sent a letter calling for permanent legislation to be produced by the end of the year to allow the Dreamers to stay permanently. Number 2, Jerusalem. Trump has named Jerusalem the city of Israel, the capital of Israel, the capital of Israel. Why are we doing that again? Like, why are we, I don't understand. Why are we declaring what's the capital of Israel? Maybe one of you have a better idea. Explain that to me. Pence. Rumors are out that Pence is behind the coup of the Donald Trump spiral. Yes, there's been a lot of talking points on the right saying that that's what they believe is really happening, that this is all a soft coup by Pence. I don't know if that's true or not. Hey, I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, and that's what we do with one-liners. And Person of the Year. A late entry in Person of the Year is hashtag Silence Breakers. Women coming forward and revealing that they've been sexually harassed or that they were sexually abused or raped. That'll probably win. That'll probably win. Lord knows it's the loudest thing I'm hearing nowadays. Anyway, look, guys, tune in. Tune in for more. Tim Black, Coffee with Tim Black will be back tomorrow. We also have a guest tomorrow. Tonight there's no show. I don't have a show on Wednesday night typically unless I have a special something going on. So we're going to get riled up and get some information out there, some more video content out. But, tune in Thursday. I have a guest Thursday. My guest Thursday, who's with me Thursday? Seema from Texas. Is it Texas? Is it Arizona? Arizona, Seema. I'm going to have a guest. That's right, I'm going to have a guest who's running to unseat Ted Cruz. Yeah, you don't want to miss that. Don't miss that tomorrow, okay? I'll see you soon. Remember, send ideas for stories to TimBlackTV.com or Tim@TimBlackTV.com. Also follow me at Real Tim Black. You know, the Real Tim Black on Facebook and on Twitter. And don't forget to go to YouTube. I have a video that I'm uploading right now. It's a pretty good video. It's about Sam Cedar. It's about the hypocrisy. It's about the left. I'll see you soon.
Coffee with Tim Black. Yes, I am coffee with Tim Black.